So, unfortunately, it has happened. Battlefield 2042 has been delayed. Now, I'm sure we were all really looking forward to getting our hands on with this game in October, but the launch is now set for November 19th, and the open beta, which was rumoured to be happening in late September, we still didn't have a date for that, that's now likely going to be delayed as well. According to DICE and EA, the decision was taken to make sure that Battlefield 2042 is ready when it launches, and it comes because of the situation not changing as to the development team having to work from home during the global pandemic. It was assumed that by this point in the development cycle, teams would be back in the studio getting ready to ship the game, but that hasn't happened, and whilst having to work remotely, it's now taking longer to sort of compile everything together and get ready for the game to be shipped. But it's what EA and DICE are really thinking here that I wanted to cover in this video today. It's been a bit odd recently when it comes to the marketing of the game, the communication with the fans who are looking forward to the game, and now this month's delay. So, first of all, this quiet period that we've been in when it comes to game information, new gameplay, feature showcases, and things like that. The last big bit of information, that came on September the 3rd, and we got some new gameplay of 4 of the specialists that will be part of Battlefield 2042. And then from that point up until now, we've not really heard anything at all. And then before September the 3rd, there was again another sort of extended period where we didn't really hear anything from the development team. Now, I spoke about that in a previous video. I see lots of people were getting upset because they didn't know what was happening with the game and they felt that the silence was a bad thing. And I guess to a certain extent, those people have been proven right because the game has now been delayed. But it does make me wonder how long this delay has really been in the works. Has it been something since early September that the team has been discussing, saying, hey, maybe we need to delay this game a month so that we can get it ready for launch, or even delay it longer? Who knows, this might be a compromise, this November date, we don't really know at the moment. But it does make me wonder how long something like this has been in the works, because things have been pretty quiet recently, and that has led to a lot of discussion in the community, and a lot of people getting slightly agitated that nothing was really being said. I'm a big believer of always communicating as much as you can, but I also understand that delaying a game is not something that can just be done with the snap of a finger. It's not just like, oh, we'll just change the date, nothing really matters. Obviously, EA is a big, massive public company, so if they change something, then it's going to have effect on their stock price and their shareholders and all that kind of stuff. Huge implications of simply just changing a release date of a game. Might sound really simple, but it really isn't. But I do still think it was important that they communicated that. But looking at the silence that's happened since the start of September, maybe that communication could have come a little bit earlier if those conversations about a delay were already happening, if you see what I mean. And then there's the delay itself. First of all, it is only a month, so I mean in terms of you actually getting to play Battlefield 2042, an extra month after you've waited, what is it, nearly 2 years for the game to come out, that's not so much of a problem, I think. I don't mind waiting a few extra weeks, especially if it means the team are confident that at that point in time the game will be ready to ship. But it also puts Battlefield 2042 in a slightly difficult position when it comes to release. And of course, release dates are picked strategically to try and make sure they're spaced out from competitors. Where Battlefield 2042 set to be released in the middle to late October, it was coming out at the start of a trio of games. We had Battlefield 2042, then we had Call of Duty Vanguard in early November, and then we've got Halo coming out in early December. Now, Battlefield 2042 is sandwiched right in the middle of those two games. Vanguard launching November 5th, I think Halo launching December 5th, something like that. They're almost a month apart. And now Battlefield 2042 launching November 19th, pretty much bang smack in the middle. Now, is it going to matter too much at the end of the day? At the moment, it's really hard to tell, but at least looking at that situation, you've got lots of people who will then play Vanguard and buy that game. Will they then want to buy Battlefield 2042 being the second game, because it's then in the middle of a month's gap, to Halo, which is the third game? These are 3 really big games, full price AAA titles. Most people won't buy all 3. They might buy 1, maybe they'll buy 2, but they probably won't buy 3. Battlefield initially had that early movers advantage being at the front of the trio. Now they're right in the middle, and that's probably not the best place to be, especially when you want to try and stand out from the crowd. If you're at least the first person to announce, or the last person in the line, perhaps you're a bit more memorable. I don't know. I mean, I think a lot of people are excited for 2042, but you are going up against the behemoth that is Call of Duty, and of course, huge amount of legacy fans around for the Halo game. So now being right in the middle, I'm not sure that's the place that EA really wanted to be. And then there's the length of the delay. It is only a month, so if you just want to play Battlefield 2042, then, you know, it's not a huge amount longer time to wait. But when it comes to development, what is that extra month going to provide the team at DICE to be able to do? Is it that they're going to be able to fix a load of bugs, or just simply getting things ready? Maybe the game's in a good state. We simply don't really know yet. If you look back to previous Battlefield games, Battlefield 5, the last one, did also get delayed by a month and was moved from October into November. And again, it was for the same reason of polishing things off and making sure everything was good to go, so that when the launch came around, the game would be in a better state. And I would argue that in that situation, the delay didn't really help, because I think there was some fundamental issues with Battlefield 5, and a lot of people just didn't really feel the game was the game that it needed to be. Battlefield 2042 had a much better reception, so I don't think it really has that problem, but are we looking at here a situation where there's lots of bugs that need to be fixed? How many of those bugs can be fixed and everything can be sorted out in a month? We just simply don't really know, and we're just going to have to take DICE's word for it that this is going to be enough time for them to get it ready. I mean, the ultimate deciding factor will be, when it comes to launch, is the game a buggy mess, or is it really good? Who knows at this point, because we haven't really seen that much of the game outside of some heavily scripted gameplay sequences that have been posted on social media. Ultimately, just to summarise, this is not really the situation I think anybody wanted for Battlefield 2042. EA doesn't want to delay their video games for various reasons. DICE doesn't want to disappoint their fans and their community by having to delay the game and make them wait longer so that they can play it. And fans definitely don't want to have to wait that much longer to play what is one of the most anticipated titles of 2021. So yeah, I think everyone is probably quite disappointed that this game has ended up being delayed, but like the same as many other games out there that have been created during the global pandemic, there have been various issues that these development teams have had to deal with, and I don't envy any of the developers at DICE who've had to try and do this. And the same goes for the development teams of Halo and Call of Duty Vanguard and all of these games that have been developed whilst everybody has been working from home. That cannot be easy. So at the end of the day, if Battlefield 2042 needs an extra month so that the team can get it ready, and so it is then where it's supposed to be when it launches, in my opinion, that's absolutely fine. But make sure you leave your thoughts and opinions down below in the comments section. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.